fine. I don't need a source. I will find images for the edit.
Yeah,
I mean,
word.
I've got to do some stupid shit every time I police like
You
that.
should just you should just like play like the one TikTok in the background the whole time.
I have no
On
idea what
loop.
the one TikTok is.
The one where they're talking about how they're manipulating everyone.
Oh yes, the real master manipulator. Okay, I don't know. Will I find like a like?
That's okay.
But you know, I can look. You can find most things if you just look. Um,
It's tricky. It's alright. Um, right.
so I guess yeah. Do we want to get into it?
Yeah. I mean, is this just like taking place the day after we do our bullshit?
I think so. I think we did the bullshit. We said we like went somewhere, had like meal and drinks and such, and then went home and
Yeah.
crashed. Why was my understanding?
Hmm.
Yeah.
I think given what happened to Helium last night, I think it's been like just fucking wild. Um, and like keeping track of the time until the moment the curfew is like legally over, like fiddling with the realm, and then like just so the second his curfew is over, I'm like leaving our housing and heading to where Samedi is.
Oh my God.
This is so funny.
DK, when
Um,
is curfew over?
it's like 8 p.m. to 8 a.m.
Bart is fucking dead asleep, but you are welcome to try, my friend.
I mean, yeah, you kind of have to get past like essentially what is the front desk staff. Like they're gonna be like, "Hey, this is a quarantine zone. What the fuck are you doing here?" But as soon as you mention that like you have a party member and that they're staying here along with an infected, like
Yeah.
they explain the situation more or less, they'll let you through.
This is not a very responsible facility.
No, I think I've talked about this. Helium is very much like entirely unimpressed by the way these people on martial law. It'd be
Which I
much
mean
more
is valid.
compelling.
I'm bad at running martial law, so
I mean, it's also just like, you know, Helium's a freak.
Kareem is a little bit of a freak.
A little bit. Just a little.
Just a bit. Just a little.
Um, but yeah, I think it would take me a good bit to get there. Um, and I would.
Because Jude isn't here, I guess we're gonna have to imagine that Beetle is gone for the morning or something. I'm just saying there's no feasible way somebody is awake before noon.
Uh, Helium will knock at the door, and then
Answer,
nothing.
my friend. What time is this? Is this 8 a.m. still?
It's like 8:30, 8:20, yeah.
Oh God.
And I think when she doesn't hear a response, just like pace back and forth outside, and at approximate 15-minute intervals, knock on the door again.
I think at some point I in those intervals, you will hear like a fucking hold on, I need to how am I I'm entering the Bard space. Like a muffled go away.
is there a better time for tactical and rhetorical discussions?
Good.
Right?
Yes. Any other time.
I can come back in an hour with caffeine, hangover cure if that's necessary.
Yeah, whatever. Do that.
Okay. Um, I'll head back, get/make some coffee, and uh, yeah, and then come back in
Mm-hmm.
an hour.
I love this. I mean,
Uh,
yeah. Honestly, this is we're in a magical land with magical things in a magical place. I feel like quite literally the cure for a hangover has been invented and easily accessible now. Like
Oh,
instant coffee, it's like a powder at this point. I feel like enough people have gotten drunk.
I was just gonna cast Less Celestialization
mhm.
on him, but okay. Um,
I feel like it's just a thing,
I
at
mean,
least
what
in
would
bigger cities.
Kyrian do? What would Kyrian do?
Yeah.
Would she go to CVS or would she?
Would you go to Wizard CVS?
uh, she would, but she'd insist on buying. You know how sometimes you buy a cake and sometimes you go and you buy the box that has all the cake ingredients so that you can say you made a cake.
Oh
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, if plausible, I'd like to have Kilium go somewhere and get really basic stuff to put a hangover cure together. Um,
Really good.
and
I mean, yeah, I think that would cost you like total like 3 silver
alright.
for ingredients. But I mean, you've probably made this cure enough that you know how to fucking do it. It's the back of your fucking, well, not hand, but
Hmm.
hand adjacent.
And fine tuning of that. There we go. I don't have 3 silver. I have 19 copper.
Also, restoration is.
So the hangover cure is putting a little bit of whiskey in the coffee.
Really
You know
good.
what?
That
I
for
think
sure
Sophie
helps.
prefers this. Yeah.
Little. This isn't magical CVS hangover cure. This is well, you had too much of your ration last night, and you need to be able to melch today. Hangover cure. Um,
Really good. Really good.
which Helium
Mm-mm.
has made thousands of, so, you know. Yeah.
Welcome to the fucking war.
Welcome to the war, zombie.
Doesn't she know it?
Oh, no, it's awful. It's, it's a little bit of whiskey and vinegar in the coffee,
Oh my God.
and a bit of salt. Um,
Oh my God.
No.
it's
I can't imagine how that would taste. I just know it would taste bad.
it's bad, but it's got that little hill of the dog. It's got the caffeine, and it's got the salt and electrolytes to keep you moving.
That's gonna be a punch in the face.
uh, and also have like just some waddle and the thing of blood. And come back and knock on the
In
door.
exactly an hour on the dot.
Be like, she gets there a little early. She has to wait there a few minutes.
Technically, like, I don't have the keen mind feat. Helium can't actually remember everything it's ever said and keep time perfectly.
Mhm.
It's just really,
Well,
really
I mean,
close.
I'll give it to you. I think this time, does she knock again?
Yep.
I think this time, yes, Savdi will answer, looking like at least like her like clothes are on, hair is up, but like I don't. She's pretty disheveled and looking kind of like just giving you like a sort of like impatient smile. Um,
Greetings.
you're up awful early.
I always am, and I have found myself unable to arrest myself today. Uh, this will not taste good, but it will make you feel better.
What did you do to it?
I added a small amount of salt, some whiskey, hill of the dog, and some electrolytes to this coffee.
Well, she'll take it and then smell it and make a face and then down it anyway and look like she immediately regrets it.
Now, you're going to want to drink some water to get that taste out of your mouth, and the point of the salt and electrolytes is to help your body metabolize that.
This is absolutely wretched. Have you tasted this?
I have never been hungover. I used to make this for other soldiers during the war.
How lucky you are. Yes, fine. Come in.
Uh, I thought we might have this discussion at a secondary location.
You want to use the bathroom?
Alright. Yeah, you want to come to my doorless bathroom? Do you want to come in the shower where everyone apparently likes to do everything?
That would still be within earshot of Beetle.
Oh no, she doesn't suggest that. I was making a joke.
No, yeah, it's really funny. So what their bedroom essentially their in room essentially is like very haphazardly converted into something where you can put possible zombie patients in. The window has been boarded up. There's shackles on the wall next to Beetle's bed, and the door to the bathroom has been removed.
There was a kind of, oh god, what were they called? Like filmacies before they were called filmacies, and they told them something like old timey.
Apothecary?
No, less old timey than that.
I don't know.
All I can think is drug shop or like a
The
drugstore.
old drugstore.
Ye old drugstore. The place where you buy your leeches.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
anyway, yeah, there was a drugstore, quite somewhat nearby. They sell more palatable hangover kills, which I was not able to afford. But I believe
You know,
um,
Yes, this will, as vile as it is, I appreciate the thought, Kiriam.
Understood.
Right, this secondary location. Uh, where exactly were you thinking?
That is what I was suggesting. The drugstore. If you
You want, you want to go talk at the drugstore? I thought you had something to do with what did you say? Tactics? Some
yes,
sort of. Okay.
let's perhaps simply the establishment we went to last night. They seemed to have a number of people, conversations moving in and out. It doesn't. It is nothing we need to be terribly concerned of the enemy overhealing. My concerns are of Pelly members overhealing us.
Okay. And the drugstore is the optimal place.
It may not necessarily be. My mind is somewhat off at the moment.
Alright. Fine. Well, I do not have your own room. Where did you stay last night?
I mean, I think we sleep in like a big central place, right? Like it's like
Like there's like basically a sort of district, more or less. Um, Somdi and Beetle are staying closer to the gates, just so there's like a faster guard response because the gates are constantly staffed. But you guys are like maybe a block or two away, and you guys got assigned like two rooms.
yeah, so it's like two rooms the whole ability. Like that's not a good place to have a private conversation from the rest of the ability.
Yeah.
Uh, I do, but the rest of the ability sleeps near enough or in the same room. It's not practical for a more discreet conversation.
I see. Oh, um,
Any local establishment, any eatery, cafe, just an alley.
yes, I was thinking. Cafe. Yes, that
Understood.
seems capital. Let's go get something to eat. I am absolutely famished.
Yes, I would really much enjoy some form of pastry.
Mhm. And I a drink that does not taste like vomit. Let us get going.
Actually, it would taste a bit like vomit, actually.
Yeah. That's not good.
Yeah, so we go to a cafe.
Yeah, so I would say it's relatively early morning, so the cafe isn't super busy yet. They have like a couple different coffee drinks, some cinnamon rolls. There's like a little like plate of muffins.
I will like
Um,
point my
Mm.
head towards Zombie and I would like one cinnamon roll.
Somebody's thigh. Take out her wallet. I think, oh god. She probably would be pretty fucking hungry. Let's get like at least like how big are the muffins?
like standard muffin size. They're not like the huge muffins.
Mm,
Specifically because you said that Sabi is quite famished, I will say that they have like breakfast sandwiches.
yes. Just
That
like
is
a
something
kind
that
of
might
like comically large breakfast for her, like the kind of breakfast that you see and you're like, oh, she's gonna eat too much, like, and get sick like a dog.
So you guys get like a small little table and it's got like a breakfast sandwich that's got literally every option on there and there's like a muffin and like two cinnamon rolls, one for Gary and one for you. Like and you have you like
Yeah.
is that what you yeah, okay.
Yeah, this is like,
Um putting all that together, the one silver is 10 copper. That'd be like one silver, three copper pieces.
okay, I can do that.
Do you want coffee?
Yes.
That's like another two.
Like she said coffee that doesn't taste like, I don't know, vomit.
Um, yeah, for you, Somdi, I think. I mean, like I just said an amount of coffee drinks, so like whatever coffee drink that you think somebody would prefer, like a latte, a macchiato, whatever. I think they would be able to give that to you just because I'm being nice because you had to drink that very gross, nasty drink.
I told them that, no, I didn't. I didn't tell them that Kiriam gave me the nasty vinegar thing. I was just being silly.
No, but this is
Like,
me saying if you want
yeah.
something because I am being nice because you
I,
had to drink that, you can have it.
Can I
I haven't actually thought of what Somdi's coffee preference would be. Um,
can I can I say something
Seems
before we
kind of
get
like
on?
a pretentious Americano drinker, but also might like a good like latte, just in general.
hmm.
I had an Americano one time and it was really bad.
It is bad. It's coffee and water.
Like, I think
I had to learn
some
how to
days
make it really bad.
Americano, I think today it's an inadvisable amount of sugar in that thing.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. So I guess we're at the table. Somebody's stirring in this fucking mountain of sugar, and she just sort of looks expectantly at you, but like like eyes you a little bit, like just waiting.
Uh, I can no longer use the denial of falsehood. That is a rhetorical strategy I no longer have access to.
Yes, I would say so.
Elaborate.
What'd you say?
Elaborate.
Well, you seem to have reached the conclusion on your own. Why do you want me to elaborate?
You spoke as if it was point determined that this was that me no longer using this rhetoric was a known quantity. When I
Yes,
not told anyone
I
but
thought
you that I am forsaking this rhetoric.
no, but I believe we had this conversation before. No one was really believing you. Now, it's smart of you to abandon this because after a while, um, yes, I would say that the effort is misplaced. And no one in this party seemed very keen to, uh, well, what you were saying about being an object and all that jazz.
But yes, moving forward, my plan was going to be admitting to emotions, but still claiming to be a different kind of thing, which is believable. I'm just like a horse or a dog or a bug. Not a person, not in sword, not oily, the same kind of thing as you, but capable of some degree of interiority. There was no reason they shouldn't believe that. But I can't do that.
There's no reason they shouldn't believe that you're like a horse.
I just mean capable of emotional responses, but lacking a soul.
At that last part, just like, deep sigh out, she closes her eyes and sort of like massages one of her temples.
Not this shit again.
This, always on this I don't have a soul bullshit. But
These kids
Just
and their
not
damn I don't have a soul.
not wanting to unpack dogs and horses and shit don't have souls.
but that won't work. I've received word from on high that, well, not directly stating or dictating, did heavily imply that the idea that I am not or less than a person is tasteful to, and she just kind of like points up. So
Back up a bit. You got word from where exactly?
The driver of the Great Golden Chariot.
Can you use names?
You would know that it means that Kyria means Kyriel. You know.
You're saying that a high power told you it was distasteful to call yourself a horse.
He questioned why I was so attached to the rhetoric that I am not a person, and was really invested in that line of questioning, which has implications about how he feels about that line of reasoning.
Okay, when exactly did this happen, Kyrian?
Technically speaking, I believe it was this morning.
This morning. Did he appear before you and tell you to knock it off, or?
Nothing so blatant. He seemed more concerned than dictatorial. But he did question if I kept down the path I'm currently on, if I would have a future.
Alright. So,
was likely not intended to lead as any kind of threat, but I cannot entirely rule out the possibility that it could have been.
you think he was threatening you?
Most likely not. And assuming he would be
I would hope not.
heretical. But I cannot assume he was, and I cannot assume he wasn't.
Okay. So, Kiryu
This is all...
came down.
This is
No,
all
do continue.
secondary. It's probably best for me to move beyond this rhetoric anyhow. And this is simply the reason. And I prefer not to speak of him directly too much or too often. He made it seem as though he would be watching me.
Oh. Oh. Yes,
Which
more hands in the honey pot, it seems.
he is
Or
welcome
more...
to do, but
Yes, well, never let it be said I wasn't grateful for more eyes. It's just, well, yes, interesting. How many golds is that watching us now? Spirits? Dodge and Shirley. And from Beetle. Oh god, what was their name?
Talia?
Kospua.
Kaspua.
Talia
And
is still missing.
apparently Kospua, according to Beetle now. Kirio?
Two involved with Emerald, the
Yes, Emerald's gold as
Hugo
well.
solves. Yeah,
Miria and Aespear are technically both involved in Emerald's nonsense because they're so closely intertwined as gods.
And then that mysterious fellow that, Hugo, uh, in air quotes, worships?
some foreign god. Yes.
Okay. Alright. Yes, well, things are getting interesting.
Yes.
That's the only reason I realized you'd like to move past this, but this is a little important. Is this the only reason Kirio came to you is because he was concerned about your rhetoric
He seemed
and
generally
wanted to vaguely
continue.
I don't know, threaten doesn't seem like the word.
No, he
Well,
was
anyway.
likely simply expressing concerns he had regarding my way of being. He seemed to believe that I was too, perhaps correctly, that I am too wrapped up in personal guilt, and that I am allowing it to, I don't know, but that I'm making it too important and engrossing myself too deeply in it. Largely, he seemed impressed by my mere survival at this point, which is understandable.
As you did say, it was, a couple 100 years?
736 years.
Yeah. Impressive. Yes, I think I would say I was impressed as well.
Understood. And he seemed to find me interesting at academical, intellectual level.
Well, then that makes two of us.
Understood.
So this is the only thing that he talked to you about, or these are the only things.
That I can recall. I'd have to go through the recording again to know for sure, but
I mean, I think, can I insight check that anyway? Because I think, you know,
I mean, that was me
like,
saying,
I know,
Yeah.
I know, but Somdi doesn't know. And also, Beetle was, like, not talking about Kusfu and stuff. I think he just, like, I don't know.
No, I think Killing would say, like, that I recall. I have not, like, properly sorted this within my memory yet.
Where's my insight? Well, it's a 16.
Okay, yeah, Helium seems kind of like almost panicked and a bit confused, but not like she's like lying when it says this.
Okay. Well, I think determining that Somdi seems to like relax just a little bit.
She's afraid.
Well, I mean, also just the not lying thing.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, she visibly reacts or like relaxes in a way where it's like obviously up until this point she's been like pretty irked that she's like, first of all awake and out here and, talking to Kyrium this early. But I think like with that, like she sort of seems like she eases back into like how she usually is, like sort of like a easy smile returns to her face.
So with this, but we're getting off topic. The important thing is I need to adapt my artwork. Now I've been thinking about this.
All right.
And what I've settled on internally, what I am now telling myself is this. I am primarily a survival. And after that, I am a protector. And third, I am a servant. And that is what I do. That is what I have always done. And there's nothing wrong with that. I do not know if the others will like that idea.
And why wouldn't they?
Well, it makes some of the things I've done selfish. I did them because I was in a situation and I wished to survive that situation. Or because people I cared about were in a situation and I wanted to ensure they would survive that situation. It's not... These aren't things I did because it is my nature in accordance to how I was made to do them. They become choices I made because of the things I value.
That seems perfectly logical to me. Um, yes. Yes. It would be, difficult to draw some line, and arbitrary to draw some line between survival and selfishness, would it not? I think, perhaps. Yes. No, I think this is a good step for you. And it's not that they wouldn't be sympathetic in some way. I mean, what, you've had a rather interesting past?
I suppose so.
Yes. Well, just as we were talking before, like, it is useful, obviously. Not everyone can see these things, right? People like, let's say, Emru, have very moralized views of the world and of behaviors.
Yes, that is what I am concerned about.
Right. Well, It is not as if we can't. There are ways that we can frame this in a way that would perhaps make it more palatable or I guess unambiguously unambiguously a thing of survival, of necessity. You didn't have much choice in the matter. It's do or die. I understand this.
And that is a position that it is useful for me to stick to, is what you're saying. I understand this as well.
Yes. I mean, I'd say with your recent strides in diplomacy, yes, it is useful for them to still believe that they perhaps have how to phrase this? But that they can still change you for the better. For their better.
Yes, I've
And with your
thought about
apologies.
Emil specifically likes to try to apply that pressure. I think I can keep him on my side, and well, I am not going to discuss the particulars on keeping you on my side with you.
No need.
Hugo shouldn't be a problem. Beetle and Waddle Lily are really the pressure points, the issues, at least currently.
I'd say that you have made at least great strides in, well, perhaps their sympathies. Not with your whole apology thing with Beetle. And, well, Water Lily doesn't seem quite as icy to you anymore. You just have to keep up your what you're doing now.
That is interesting. Because to some degree, I also meant to discuss how to approach them. And it seems there's one specific issue and one more general. The specific issue being that I plan to forgive Darshan. It is.
Alright.
We are allies in this fight. And it is not useful for me to hold a grudge. It has been quite some time.
Yes, I would agree with that. And for your other reasons, of course, that being, not wanting to be on Lily's bad side.
Ultimately,
I would say that.
Continue.
Oh, well, I was just going to say that I would say your continued chafing against Dorjan was really driving a stake between you and her.
Yes, and that is an issue. Because I still do believe that it is possible. It seems more unlikely after that interaction, but possible that Dajin will repeat his old shtick. now that he is actively working against the zombies, that he will involve his followers, his warlocks, in a suicide mission because it makes him feel better about himself. And I need
Alright.
to be able to protect Waddle Lily if that does happen.
Yes. Well, I mean, does seem a rather... This is a hypothetical thing. Sorry, I'm moving my laptop because I need to charge it. I would say, of your priorities, that would not be a high one. At least if you would like to repair your relationship with her.
Well, I need to repair my relationship with her so that I would be in a position to protect her should I need to be.
Mm-hmm. I will tell you right now, do you know what Water Lily and Beetle want to hear the most?
No.
It is that they want to hear you acknowledge their issues with you, and that you have, like you were talking about with your problems with apologies, they do serve a purpose, of course, in acknowledging for them in a way that is agreeable and flattering, of course, among other things. Your shortcomings with them. So, really, yes, I think maybe in some part acknowledging that, or at least telling Lily that you acknowledge your assumptions of Dorjan, or perhaps of my cat is biting me. Miss.
Thank you.
So I was trying to talk and she bit my foot. Millie, no. Cut it out. I'm trying to roleplay gay ass. Right. That your assumptions about Dorjan were perhaps misplaced. Without, that devolving into a whole debate. Sorry, she's cooking. Millie, that would serve you well. Because you do tend to get into those. Rose, I mean.
Yes.
It is perfectly fine to hold your own opinions. And I'm not saying that you should never stand up for yourself. It is just that in these situations, we must give and take, right? Negotiation and all that, soft power. We need to know when to socially concede.
Interesting, because I give constantly to these people. I'm always offering more things I could give that they seem uninterested in. So I do not see how the failure on my pill is a failure to give and take, when I always give more than I take.
I'm not saying that you don't give. I'm saying that you need to determine what you need to give. You can give all you like, but if they're not interested in what you're shelling out, that's not worth anything. You need to determine what it is that they want from you and deliver on that front. And that's not to say that they don't, that we don't appreciate you. You provide us with coffee every day. That's one thing I know everyone appreciates of you. So it is not that they don't appreciate what you give them, just, like I said, it requires a degree of, boy, this is sure a time to roleplay a character who likes using big words. Oh, what's like a word for? It's like on the tip of my tongue, like discretion.
Is that the word?
We'll go with that because I don't feel like thinking about it
Okay.
any longer.
Discretion. And okay, how do I do this? How do I determine what it is that they want? I have tried asking them. I have tried.
I would say that they've told you. I mean, think back to Beetle a few days ago. Or was it yesterday even? He wanted an apology from you, which, to be frank, was sort of like, well, trying to pry your own nails off. It was very difficult for you to deliver on. And that was his main issue about the thing. Aside from, I would suppose, your reaction in the previous situation. But mainly the apology thing, which seemed very difficult for you to give him. And so he grew frustrated.
Yeah.
I think you can determine what they want from you. It's just,
I have no idea what it is Waddle Lily wants from me. None. And now that I have given Beetle an apology, I do not know what else he may want. So, I am meant to be useful, and I cannot think of what the primary use they have for me is. Not that I'm
nothing.
simply that I prefer to make myself useful.
Yes, of course. Well, there's just nothing, unfortunately, that can be solved with the matter of, let's say, one or two things that you, air quotes, are going to give them. In a way, it would require some time and, well, attention to your, behavior around them. Things will reveal themselves. It's not that they, it's not a material thing that they can ask of you. It's
Well, I provide material things.
yes, but unfortunately, not all problems can be solved with material things. And this is where our patience comes in, and it is a lengthy process. Yes, earning trust, friendship, camaraderie. You will just need to be a good listener. And if ever, I don't know, something like what happened with Beetle the other day, where you needed help with an apology, comes up, I am always around.
That is good. It may prove suspicious or difficult if I have to go on off and talk to you right before every apology I provide.
Certainly.
So, I will need reasons why I cannot simply apologize at the drop of a hat, and we will need to be discreet if we make a habit of it.
Hmm. Yes. Something to think on, certainly.
But
Um,
it seems that I am playing defense here. Damage control. When does that stop?
yes. Never. Really. If you want to come out, let's say, what should be the right term here? The beneficiary of these social situations, it will just require a lot of patience, right? Because unfortunately, these are not battles that can be won with brute strength alone. There will be times, of course, that you will have a window, let's say, where you can advance your own interests. We'll call that offense. Yes, if you would like to be liked, soft power, as I was saying, requires a lot of.
Being liked is immaterial to me. I wish to solve.
Okay. Well, a lot of what we've been talking about comes down to being liked. You want Beetle and Water Lily to like you, essentially.
I want Beetle to go back to being useful as a receptacle for overpowering emotions, and I want. Oh God! And I want.
I was waiting for you to realize what you were saying there.
And I want Waddle Lily to become more callous, more likely to survive.
Yes. And in order to convince them to.
I suppose that is a use I have for Beetle, and I do need to be likable to him to do that, but Waddle Lily,
Yes.
I only need to be as likable as is necessary to stay physically near her and to have access to her plans.
But you would like to influence her behavior.
Yes, but ideally she would become more callous, more willing to use people, and some friction with me could help that. If I become something she doesn't like, but she has to deal with, and she doesn't particularly care what happens to me as long as I live long enough to be useful, then that is ideal.
That would only make her callous towards you. If you're, as you expressed your
muscle. You can't start off being callous to everyone. You gotta learn how to be cruel to someone, and then learn how to scale that.
Alright. Well, not all people work that way, unfortunately. For you, at least. Yes, I'm afraid if she were to become callous towards you, that would not really guarantee anything like you were imagining. If you would like to have any sort of, let's say, actual influence over her, or you would like to indeed, like you were saying, prepare or protect her from dodging should the need arise. If she were to hate you in that moment, well, I don't think she would listen to you then. And that wouldn't be very useful.
That is true. That is something I had to manage before the previous encounter with Dodgen.
It's very simple. The more people trust you, the more they are willing to listen to you and take your opinions into stock.
Yes.
Going back to the likability thing, yes, I would say that is whether you want to feel liked is unimportant to the matter. That you should be liked to advance your interests, well, that seems clear to me.
Yes, but I already do my half of the bilking. I work and I intuit needs and I solve problems and I've been doing all of this. I take hits. I am the one who gets attacked. I am the one who gets bit. And I make the coffee and I solve the drinks and I apparently also need to play this game, which I have stooped to recently out of necessity, but why do I have to do all of this? When does it end?
Yes. Why indeed, Kyrian? I suppose that is a question you should ask yourself. I'm not really in a position to tell you why you are here, why you should continue along with this game with us. That is clearly up to you. Unfortunately, in going back to your complaints, being attacked, but giving material items for many people, this is not enough. Right. Most people are emotional beings and require some fulfillment there. Being that you are not an item, someone cannot get the same sort of well, obviously no one expects their, I don't know, coffee pot to listen to them and to comfort them. And seeing as how you are not that, they have different expectations for you. So yes, it is very hard. Life is very hard. It is very hard to get to where we want to get and what we want. But if you truly want it, forgive my, I guess, bluntness, you will suck it up.
Yes, sir.
I do not say all that to be harsh on you. I'm just being honest. As someone who is all, I suspect that maybe there are some similarities in our histories. Forgive me if I'm wrong, of course. But, I am interested in you, and I am interested in our mission. And so to that capacity, I do, say, care about you.
I care about you as well.
Without that. But thank you for saying such.
You don't know about that.
I don't know that you cared about me.
That's what you said, isn't it?
Yes. Well, I mean, think back to a few days ago when you were plotting to use a barbed wire, was it?
To save your life,
yes.
yes.
Yes, I would say I saw that then, as crude as the method would have been, that you thought of me. that you cared about my well-being.
I do.
Yes, I can see that perfectly fine.
Then why did you...
And in that sense,
You didn't know about that.
I didn't know.
When I said that I cared about you as well, you said don't know about that.
Oh, I said, sorry, it must have cut out. It must have cut out. Oh my god, and we've just been talking over fucking my mic not picking up. Great. Great. No, he said he knew about that.
Okay.
I was like, what? What's going on?
Oh,
Just disregard the past, like, fucking 1 minute.
good. Um, it is good to know that someone in this group is not blind to the constant shows of kill I supply them with.
Yes, well, we all see the world differently, don't we?
I suppose so. You know, I don't really see the wood so much as I feel it. It's an experience, a series of vibrations in the eyes. Which,
Oh, okay. Like, echolocation?
well, do you understand how leaves and needles of trees intake sunlight and metabolize it?
Photosynthesis?
Yes. Well, my
Okay.
sell collections of tree nettles, which work off a simple principle. There was some magic involved, but basically they turn any light that hits them within a certain range. I have specialized nettles, specialized to different wavelengths of light, and those nettles vibrate when those wavelengths of light hit them. And based off which nettles vibrate and how much, my brain is able to put an image together of what light is hitting my face.
All right. Interesting to know. Um, yes, I don't think I knew that you had tree nettles for eyes before.
Well, I don't take off, so.
Yes, well, there. Very interesting, Gideon, thank you.
Understood. That is the end of planned talking points I had, what I meant to speak to you about. If you have any questions or concerns or anything you would like help with, I am happy to listen.
Maybe just one thing, but it's hardly related to what we were talking about.
Shoot.
Well, I did try to broach the topic with Beetle last night, but he seemed a bit distracted by other things. Regarding what we learned with Darjan yesterday, I suppose I just wanted to what kind of currency do they use? Quills?
Yeah, quills. Yeah.
Good for your thoughts on I don't know, this entire situation. What is happening if you I don't know. You have a very intuitive. You're very intuitive.
Understood. Which situation specifically?
I just mean in general. I mean, we learned that Dawson might have been brainwashed by some, I don't know, whatever he coughed up.
Yes, from what he said, it sounded like he suspects the tea that was solved. If we had a
Yes, and
list of everyone who was at the meeting he attended and where the tea came from, who handled it, who brewed the tea, things like that, we could begin narrowing down suspects, but we do not have that information. Yeah.
but didn't Gretel mention some talk with Kuspua that others were missing?
Yes, it's likely other spirits. The spirits that she who feeds the clothes has involved in this, has working for, or have been either were complicit and acted to perform the poisoning of Dajin and possibly others, or have been affected in the same way. This is good. We freed one spirit from control. We know that's possible. We know what to look for the next time we deal with one. We know that once freed, they retain the word sense. It is unfortunate that they lose memories from their time being controlled. That could be very useful information down the train, but
Certainly.
all in all, I think the confrontation with Dajin went about as well as it could have.
I'd say so. Not many people get toe-to-toe with the spirit and make it out alive, even if he was mind-controlled by someone I suppose we'd have to assume is, I don't know, Voltia. She seems like the main culprit, seeing as how her cult is, well, everywhere.
She's definitely involved, but it is my understanding of gods that they wouldn't need sigils like the ones we saw in that fight to expand their power like that, would they? Perhaps I have simply
I don't know.
overestimated the. I would not say that. And that is whole saying, I would not say that, not me saying she wouldn't say that, to clarify.
But I guess I never thought of it that way. Do you know anything about those sigils? And they just sort of looked glowy and weird to me and hurt when I jabbed it with my sword.
I am not a student of magic, but I have seen them used. I know what function they serve. Those sigils exist to extend power over distance. They're generally used to circumvent a spell that requires constant attention, or that you stay nearby. It's essentially you anchor a spell to the sigil that would otherwise be anchored to you, so that you disrupt the sigil and stray from the sigil to mess with the spell rather than disrupting yourself.
Interesting.
That's flight. Right, DK, that's basically what I got from that Arcana check.
Yes.
Awesome.
Well, I don't really see who else could have been mind controlling Dawson, but do you think it would have been a possibility that someone mortal could have?
That is entirely possible. It could simply be a cleric to the Olive Maiden, a powerful one, or some divine being that solves all. Or perhaps one of the spirits poisoned the others. We don't.
Yes, it doesn't really narrow it down, does it?
No.
Aside from perhaps all the other spirits that we know are missing.
Yes, if it was a mortal foul or it would have to be a very powerful one. Which would be frightening if there was no knowledge or record of that person, but I have not kept up with records of every cleric.
Yeah, sure. I suppose we can only hope that it's mortal. Mortal is preferable to the immortal, I would say, in this sort of situation.
I would agree. Yeah.
Thank you. I was wondering if anyone else had thoughts on this situation. Seems there's a lot going on that still needs to be unraveled.
Yes. As well as that interaction did go, it is... And as much as I am glad that Darshan seems willing to actively help Waddle Lily, at least in exchange for quite large favors, this is troublesome on the Waddle Lily front. She has just received reinforcement that if you place trust in people and put yourself at risk in order to help them, then you will be rewarded for that.
And you think this is a bad thing?
Yes.
For one,
It is good for beings to support each other, to help your allies. But...
Yes?
It is like a forest. Trees...
Sorry, what?
I said...
Oh, forest. Okay.
Trees have interconnected root systems. They connect with fungus, secrete chemicals which attract certain kinds of ants to get rid of other kinds of insects. They do support each other. They share nutrients between trees. But when another tree tries to grow too close, an upstart tree, one that they couldn't know if they could trust or not, one that might compete for resources or be a threat later, they choke it to death. And that is how functional communities are organized.
Kirian, I'm going to be transparent with you here. I have a raging fucking headache right now. You're going to have to be a little more clear than that. Do you think Water Lily potentially trusting Dorjan is like trees? What are you trying to tell me?
I'm saying that obviously it was not a bad idea for her to assume that we need to help Darshan in some way. That turned out to be true, even if it was a conclusion reached on her part through somewhat suspect logic. She was correct, but I worry that it may set a precedent in her mind that assuming that people need your help and that you will be rewarded if you reach out to them is good. That
What, you don't think this could be beneficial in any way?
it is, as I say, good for beings to support each other, but it has to be measured and it has to be calculated. She went in blindly, without careful consideration, and was rewarded for it. That is what concerns me.
Yes, well, maybe it was the right thing to do in that situation.
It was the right
Look,
thing
I'll
to do in
be...
that situation.
So nothing was lost. I'll try and be gentle with this. You seem
Puppets, all of you, attach them to
very
my
specifically
fingers.
concerned
I hope all
with
this blood on my hands doesn't
only
stain the
this
cookie jars
applying
I've
to
got my
water
fingers
lily.
in. Sigh, a king like me must play a game with only pawns. Looks like I've been playing chess, while you've been playing chess like an idiot. My world is like a game of charades, because every interaction I have is a charade.
More too kind, and it is going to get her killed.
Well, I would say that in a team of people, it is necessary that, well, even if this was a war, and let me say this is a very disorganized war, if so, and we are fairly outnumbered. In any case, would it not be beneficial to have different strengths on a team? I mean, if everyone thought like you, or if Water Lily thought like you, who knows how well that situation could have gone. I guess my it seems like you really only have this complaint when it comes to Water Lily. Many others of our companions are trusting and kind. Emerald is very trusting towards his gold and is fairly
They are willing.
nice, or tries to be.
They are willing to listen to me.
In some ways.
They are,
But I'm sure if you told Emerald the same thing, perhaps he would not. I mean, he jumped in the way of Dolgen and lost an eye, and you don't seem very concerned about that.
my consciousness was being affected by magic at the time.
Well, yes, but this is after the fact.
After the fact, he clearly wasn't bleeding to death, and we had useful information to get at the moment. He was conscious and has access to magic that heals. As long as the healer is conscious, they can recover.
After the fact, it's not my fucking problem.
I don't know why you are trying to convince me to let her die again.
Again.
I do not know why you are trying to convince me to let Water Lily get herself killed.
I'm not trying to convince you of anything. I'm just trying to puzzle something out. I mean, that is what conversation is for. At least in this situation, you came to me because you wanted to solve some...
To solve problems,
let's say...
To
yes.
talk things through, figure things out, yes.
This is all I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to convince you of... well...
Really well, what exactly is it that you are trying to puzzle out here?
You know what? Let's stick a pin in this, all right? We'll return to it later. Should the need arise. But like I said, as we were discussing earlier, if you want Water Lily to listen to you, to be influenced by you in a meaningful way that won't just guarantee she despises you, you have to do a fair amount of listening and maybe it's important to know and to hold our tongue, of course. You understand.
I think deep down she's going to despise me no matter what. But I can attempt to, I will attempt to smooth things out as well as possible. I have been for quite some time.
Hmm. Yes. On the topic of, let's say, when you are in need of my services, whether that be apologizing or any such, yes, I do agree it would be strange if you left every time to confine me before carrying on. So I think something maybe like a signal of some sort that maybe I could notice and be at your side. That could work.
Would this be
Something subtle.
visual or auditory?
I guess that really depends upon the situation, doesn't it?
If you seem to be looking at me, I could give a certain signal with my antenna.
Yeah. Possibly that. What do you propose?
What was that?
Oh, what do you propose?
Um,
Sorry, I've been cutting out a lot.
Not a lot, just like a little.
Yeah, you haven't been cutting out a whole lot for me either. I'm just muting myself because I don't have anything to input.
Hmm.
Oh, you're good. You're good. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm having a good time listening to you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. We can try and wrap this up soon. I know we're getting to the what? I guess like when we started, it would have been maybe around an hour and a half now.
Hmm.
Yeah.
More.
An hour and 50 minutes about, but I guess, yeah. Uh, well, I could, she just, like, forwards one of her antenna at, like, a 90-degree angle to, like, the side. I could
Okay.
do that. If you want to be more obvious, it could point towards you, although that might be too obvious.
Yes. Quite. Maybe you could do it. I mean, what are some things she commonly does with her antenna? Like, how would I'm just trying to figure out something that couldn't be mistake for anything else.
Yeah, so usually they'll just, like, going up, like, in a straight line, like feathers out of a helmet. They tend to twitch, like, uh, either towards, like, quieter sounds or away from louder sounds. Or
Mm-hmm.
I think if it gets supplies, the antenna will kind of, like, tuck themselves down.
Mm-hmm. Cute, my cute robot.
Yeah.
Um, yes, maybe you could do that twice, just so it couldn't be mistaken, of course.
Understood.
And if I were not looking, um, hmm, something subtle. And you're sure you don't have any, I don't know, spells of sending message, anything?
Not at the moment. Let me check the Eldificial spell list to see if I could. Pillow. I suppose I don't know. I feel like the gadgetial thing makes non-magical gadgets and gizmos, so I could make a communication device, but it would be like 2 tin cans and a string.
That's so funny. I get asked to like apologize to someone, and I pick up my tin can with a string attached to it, and I'm very suddenly like, "Salty, come in, Salty."
I can modify items so that they make sounds well tapped. I've been planning to
That like a little bell or something, or maybe not something as conspicuous as a bell, but a distinct noise, perhaps.
let's see. I think those are decent.
Yes, that would be. That would perhaps be a bit easier than tasking you with I don't know, some sort of safe phrase.
Yes, I feel I may struggle to work that into casual conversation while feeling natural. I do not have your skill set.
She smiles at you.
Okay, so I can have it make a sound, but the sound is only perceivable up to 10 feet away. So that would only work if zombie wasn't looking at me but was within 10 feet of me.
Okay.
So maybe not. I mean, Eldificials do get the message cantrip, but I don't know it.
Well, could you not make like an actual like item that could make a distinct noise?
Yes, I could whip up a gadget that does that fairly quickly.
Zombie didn't say that in character, but that was just me like brainstorming with you.
I make like. Could I make like something like those this is a bit high tech, but it does say anything you can make with the tinkle feature, and that is like some borderline magic stuff. Could I use Gadgetiel to make like one of those things that you have for cheating at poker, where it's like 2 linked things, and you basically just tap with one finger and the other person feels it, and you tap with the other finger and the other person feels it, and you can like talk binary back and forth that way.
I've never heard of that in my life, but that interests me.
I've never heard it in applications of poker, but I have heard of it in like a long distance bracelet or something that you would wear with your partner.
I think
like someone taps on their
the equivalent of like stealth calling someone.
Like you tap on your bracelet, and then your partner, whoever they are, would feel their bracelet vibrate.
Yeah.
And then your partner can also return the taps, and you would feel your bracelet vibrate. I've heard of it in applications like that.
No, so I think the idea is you have like kind of 2 of them, and they'll like attach to like pedals in your shoe basically, and you move your toes around, and you use it in like code counting to like.
Oh.
Like you have someone with that like walking around and looking at people's skeleton and shit, you know?
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm trying to think. I mean, I guess.
Alright. So
I guess, yeah, you could make that.
Could Kyrium also just like, if the gadgeteer couldn't do that, could Kyrium look into like maybe like magical items that could be used in that way?
I mean, yeah, but I don't have the money to buy materials for that or an item like that.
You have a sugar bard.
I do.
Does the bard want to buy a sending stone?
No,
I
sending
guess-
stone would
I
be too
guess-
obvious.
Yeah.
Does the bard want to buy a mini sending stone to stick in each other's ears?
I think we were talking about something that would just send like a subtle signal, not like speech.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
I mean, yeah. I think you could make
some
something.
Bluetooth headphones,
I could make that with
earpieces.
Gadgeteel, the like two linked tappy things.
Probably.
Yay!
You probably work that out after.
Yeah. I mean, like, narratively, I'd say Keeling probably makes that now, because I can make something with the Gadgeteel as an action. So,
Does Kyrium have the materials for it though?
I mean, that's part of the Gadgeteel class feature. You'll kind of just assume to have the stuff on hand, like how you have the stuff on hand to cast artificial spells, you know?
Hmm.
I do need to scrap this for pellets if I want to use the feature again to make something else, though.
Yeah. So I guess it's like, do you want to like make it with your gadgeteer thing, or do you just want to like actually get parts? Like tell somebody what you want to make and then go get the parts.
I guess, yeah, just like something that you can. It's two things, and you can tap one and you feel it in the other. That'd be like a common magic item, right? Like that'd be
Yeah.
cheap as dirt to. I think by the item creation rules, I could make that in like
Really?
5 days. If somebody gave me like 50 gold.
50 gold, I suppose.
New road
Yeah.
trip.
I mean, do you
project.
want to like tell somebody what's happening, what you've thought of?
I could construct a pill of linked items. One of us could tap it, and the other one would feel it vibrate.
All right.
I would need about 50 gold to fund its creation,
Mm.
and it would probably take me the better pill of a week to make.
You want to yes, fine. We can 50 gold. Jesus.
That is,
Yes, but if you think it is necessary, something like that, certainly if you could make that, would be settled.
I guess, yeah, once we make that, it's just me and Laugh can just DM each other tap when we use it.
Yeah.
You could. It didn't pick up my yay. I would.
Yay! It didn't pick up your
It didn't pick up again.
Oh my god. Fine.
Unallowed to yay.
Yo,
I can't. My whimsy. Fuck.
your whimsy is literally being made illegal.
It's illegal to be whimsical.
Yeah.
But
It's unfortunate, but it's true.
that does mean we will, for the time being, have to rely on the eel flick method. I can always...
Yes.
I will likely need to, when immediately asked for an apology, wax on to some degree about how that's difficult for me, and I have to propel myself emotionally, which will...
Sure. I'd also maybe advise that while you're working on this, if it can be helped, perhaps don't engage in these very sensitive conversations without me in, I don't know, the room.
Understood. I will try to avoid that.
Of course I can't. We can't account for everything that comes up. Though, if... Right. Well, anyway. Hmm.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, she did do that. Oh. I think, literally, when she, called him sir, I think just, genuinely, a small look of surprise probably crossed her face. Just briefly.
Yippee!
Oh, Kiriam. Of course, I am always charmed by your company, but also, I suppose, thank you for the little hangover cure, as vomitous as it tasted, it was necessary.
Yes. If I had the money on hand, I could have purchased the materials for something better, but with what I had on hand, it was the best I could make.
Make no worry of it, fun. I have to subtract 50 gold from my bullshit one. There you go. Yes, well, do keep me updated on your little, what was it, a bracelet?
I was planning to make it something worn inside the foot, inside the shoe, that can be activated by specific motions of the toes. Or possibly simply worn inside the clothing so you can tap but I see no reason why you should.
Probably that. I mean, I would be worried to crush it if it were in my shoe, but
it will likely not be terribly crushable.
Or, I guess, made uncomfortable myself, I mean.
Understood. But yeah, something we'll need to sit down and hash out the particulars of the design, but the plan was essentially a thin sheet of metal of the kind that should ding when you tap on it, but instead of dinging, transfer the vibrations to its pelton.
Yes. Oh. How very, yes. Seems smart to me. Oh, we're winning.
CEO and affiliates.
Really? Okay. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to wrap up because she's getting restless with me sitting out here.
Okay.
Evil Millie.
Yeah, I know.
We can just say that, like, hang out at the cafe for a bit, and then leave eventually.
Yeah. I don't really have anything else to talk about, so this was fun.
Yay! I love my this.
I love my this.
I was worried I was going to sit down and it was going to take like 20 minutes, and then I was like, I feel kind of silly for dragging us all here, but nope.
Oh no, I could never have a 20-minute conversation with you.
This is true.
they're
This is true.
they're too fucked to hell.
No, I should have known that Helium and Samdi would happen as soon as Samdi and Helium happened to each other, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I really like that I should stop the recording now.